to this week's Track Talk. I'm Olivia Vanni with the Inside Track, and today I'm here with Jason Santos, chef and owner of this newest establishment, Buttermilk Bourbon, along with Abby Lane and Back Bay Harry's.
Correct. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. So let's first talk about this space. It's pretty incredible. How did you come up with the concept for this restaurant, and how has it evolved into?
Well, I mean, I've traveled to New Orleans multiple times, and the first time I ever went there, I fell in love with the city. I thought it was the culture, the hospitality, the food. So I started going a lot enough where I decided I wanted to open a sort of Southern-inspired restaurant. And we're not strict New Orleans. We're kind of Southern-inspired. We use creativity, a little bit of license to kind of do what we want. But I really wanted to bring that hospitality and that feeling and that questionable things that when you're walking down Bourbon Street, you're like, what's this, what's that? So I wanted to bring a little slice of New Orleans here to the Back Bay.
Could you talk a little bit about those details that you focused on and really how that creativity came about?
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans, there's all different streets. You walk down one street, it looks one way, and you cross over one more street, and it's different. So I wanted to take that and bring it here. So like the Voodoo Lounge is a great area for overflow, people to come have a drink, have some food, or wait for their table. And this room is a little bit more elegant, so if you're looking sort of for a fancy night out or a special occasion, this room is for you. And then the garden room is a little bit more casual, like you'd find in New Orleans, with all the vines growing and stuff, and there's cool things in the ceiling. And then we have our below level C bar, which is oyster bar and shrimp and stuff. And then we have our bar, which is sort of like Bourbon Street. So it's a little tour of New Orleans all in this one spot.
You guys have a patio.
Yeah, so I mean, we're actually the only restaurant on Comm Ave before Fenway Park. And we have an 85-seat patio that's below sea level. So it's really cool. It's below street level, sea level, so it's giant. There's loungy tables, there's formal tables. So it gets really crazy at night. We have cool lights and ferns growing everywhere. So I think it's really awesome to have a nice restaurant, but if you want to sit outside and enjoy the weather, 85 seats, it's perfect for you. I hope that you have a great meal, and I hope the service is awesome, but I want you just to have a good time. So I wanted to mimic a lot of fun little things, like, when you get your check, standard restaurant is a check presenter. We do a voodoo doll that has a likeness to myself with some blue hair. So that was really fun. We have hurricanes on tap. We have frozen hand grenade that comes from the bar, just like you'd get when you're walking down Bourbon Street. And our Voodoo Lounge, which is black lit with all these cool paintings and stuff. And everything is hand painted here. So I'm really proud of sort of how funky and fun it is, but yet still elegant at the end of the day.
Right. So in addition to setting up this restaurant, which opened back in February, you've also been working on the second season for you of Spike's Bar Rescue.
Yeah, so I'm currently just finished filming Bar Rescue with John Taffer on Spike, and so the new season starts to air this Sunday, actually. So you'll catch me in a whole bunch of episodes of that. So that's really great for me to go and help failing bars and restaurants, but it also lets me see what people are doing wrong, and so I don't make those same mistakes, and I learn a lot. I mean, John Taffer's been in the business for 30 years, knows everything there is to know about restaurants, so to be next to him all day and get to learn what he knows only helps my businesses.
Let's talk about your hair.
So I've had blue hair now for 22 years. I was on the Today Show as my first national TV appearance the night before. I thought it'd be really funny as a young kid. What if I dyed my hair blue? What will that cause, and what will what will people say? And I did it, and they weren't too happy with me. However, they did let me do the segment, and it went on at the time to be one of the highest rated segments they've had. So I always say Emerald has his BAM, and I have my blue hair.
Right. Do you do it yourself, or
I do it myself. After 22 years, if I had it done professionally, it would be very expensive. So I have it down to a science. 1 hour and 47 minutes in and out, nobody gets hurt.
Right. Fantastic. Yeah. And I know that with Buttermilk Bourbon, you have a couple of things on tap, like a Sunday brunch coming up. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. So we're starting brunch the end of July, and we're going to do a voodoo brunch. So we're going to sort of embellish the Voodoo Lounge and things that go along with that. We'll have large format cocktails. We're going to have a tarot card reader every Sunday. The cool thing about the menu is it's just like dinner. It's all tapas style. So you get to kind of pick and choose your elements and create a meal for yourself. So there's something for everybody. There's 20 menu items, everything made in house. Raw bar, brunch. So I'm trying to create sort of a day party, if you want. I want it to be really fun and vibrant, and people on the patio and having a good time, and not that kind of stereotypical sit down, order scrambled eggs and toast. So I want it to be fun, and if I'm going to be here and I'm going to be cooking, I'm going to have fun. So
absolutely. I'm looking forward to those Sunday fun days. Thank you very much,
You're
Jason.
welcome. Thank you.
I appreciate your time, and thanks for tuning in to this week's Track Talk.